Hey, I'm Rick, and today I'm going to talk to you about sobering stuff. Security. It really, really matters. And I'll start with computer game play and kids and yourself. Multi-factor authentication is really, really important. The thing is, with computer game play, you might not know it, but it's a big, big business making money, real-life money, on in-game money. And that might means your kids or yours account is valuable for real life money from other people than perhaps you might think about. So it's really important that you do secure those gaming accounts. It's not just play. For someone else, it means serious business. And they don't care about you. They don't care about how much you have in-game money, because they won't see that from the outside. So of course they want to get in. And the thing is, if you have reused the passphrase, for example, that might be the jumping point. The reason they go in there is to see if they can transfer some of that into real life dollars. But once they have an account name and a passphrase, it's so easy to try that in other platforms. So via mail and stuff like that. And it's also important that we embrace the multi-factor authentication for all its flaws as well. If you think just having a phone number is enough, think again. Quite often the carrier don't care. They will easily swap the number to someone else. And this, once again, you think you're making it harder for you to log in, but you're not really making it harder for the ones who wants you. So it's worth thinking, what do you do? And once again, if your kid is using a mobile phone, and a lot of games actually have an authenticator app, which I recommend, then it's also important that you think about the recovery of such devices. So if they lose the phone, they haven't locked themselves out, and you're in for a hard work identifying yourself with the provider so they can help you get it back. And in some cases, you won't get it back. So it's really important that you enable it, but it's even more important that you save back up the serial number, or whatever keys it is that you need backup. Help your kids get it done, but also help them store the data, because they are going to lose some phones. They are going to lose a lot of things. So please encourage them to do that, so it's not a stepping stone. And the beautiful thing about teaching your kids this at an early age, then they have the habits when it really matters, and they go into business. So quite often, once again, they might go into business harnessing the skills they've learned in the game. But it's equally important as an organization that we think for the both aspects of it. Organizations is also targeted. Individuals is highly targeted with phishing, with looking at LinkedIn, what tools you're using and who you're knowing, so they can direct. Once again, this doesn't have to be human. It could be automated, creating an email for every one of you with only people in the organization talking only about the tools you have within the organization according to LinkedIn. So you can do that. That's why the different authentications. I'm not English speaking, that's why I sometimes stumble. And once again, also that makes it easier to be vulnerable, because sometimes you don't see the nuance that you're meant to see. So you make it easy, but equally important when you bring your own devices and stuff like that, that you have the restorability of this. So you are in control of the ways you can restore or remove multi-factor authentication or tokens and stuff like that. But once again, not in a way that it's easily replaceable by someone else. And here I also think it's so important that you think about, and you teach your kids, the medium is the message. You might wonder, why does so many emails look like spam, very badly written? But that's because they're targeting someone who's not picky, who's not easily gullible and stuff like that. And sometimes this means we train ourselves to think spam mails, phishing mails, security alerts are like that, easily spotted. But no, they have a target that probably isn't you if you're looking at this video right now. So, but they do exist to pick up people who will not be who's easily gullible, you can say, if you say it like that. But it's a lot of very targeted emails which would use your friends' addresses, your tools, your language, whatever kind of profession you have, and that's really hard to understand. And even I've read about people using AIs to fake a voice of a assistant of a director who's transferring money, talking about real life cases, or vendors, yes, different bank accounts and stuff like that. So we can all fall prey to this. That's why it's really good to have a few safeguards and talk, especially to kids, about it. But quite often also, I've helped managers myself they bring the company laptop at home, but then they go on a vacation and they let their kids play games on it. So quite often it's an overlap here that we don't talk about, that the organization is unaware of. So, and likewise with computer games, they go together in ways we don't understand unless we're looking for it. So you can use it for your benefit, or you can sometimes be surprised by it. And once again, embrace that this is happening, and how can you help your people protect themselves against it, and not just shutting the door, but how can you reopen it in a way that other people can't reopen it for you, in case you lose the device or you lose whatever it is that you set up the safeguard with. Thank you so much for stopping by, my friend. Have a good one. Bye bye.